boys and girls, Ultimate Hero here. Welcome to November's YouTube discussion. Okay, now I have a rather interesting one. This one should catch a few people's eyes, or catch a few people off guard. This one just kind of came up in my head. So what we're going to talk about is this month. What do you think are some of the best consoles out there? We're not talking about handhelds. We're talking about the gaming company's big guns. We're talking about the home consoles, not handhelds. Handhelds I'll save for another subject of next year. Besides, I already know what my favorite will be. I don't know. Okay, we're not talking. I'll talk about one I think is the best one of all. But I'm going to name a few that I think are some of the best out there that lived especially strong in their time, or some of them didn't exactly have a great time. They should have had a better time, but reasons sometimes hindered them. But anyway, let's begin. Now this one, I'm certain we can all have to agree that this one is definitely one of the best handheld consoles, just because of the fact of how many it's sold. In some cases, it's still selling, and as of right now, it always will be on the top. I'm talking about the PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2. I have one. I don't have that many games, but there are a lot more games I would like to get on there. Like, as of right now, I've only got Persona 4, Persona 3 FES, Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas, Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 3. Those are just a few. I want some more. Like, the ones I want are Battlefront 1 and 2, because, oh my god, those games are so fun. I think there's a couple other Naruto games I'd like. I think Uzumaki Chronicles 1 and 2. But aside from that, this game, or this gaming console, I think has sold the most. Technically, the DS beats it, but they decide to categorize the DS as the best-selling handheld console. But as for main ones, PlayStation 2 has beaten every other one hands down, and as of right now, it can't be denied. You can't deny it, unless somehow Xbox can see it. But the PS3 was such a... It's not that it's a bad console compared to its predecessor. It is not as great. Honestly, they could have done a bit better with it. And of course, with the $599 US, just how they advertised it gave it such a rocky start. So it's on the bumpy road, but it still has its success, just not as much as it could have been, especially if you came off with the PS2, which a lot of people have. Even I do have one, which kind of proves that even if someone who's like a Nintendo fan like me, I don't mind it. It's still good. I like the PS1 a little bit. There's a couple games I liked on there, because that's where I played my first Madden game, and what else did I play? I played Spyro, though I'm not a big fan of Spyro when I think about it. I kind of played it because it was there. But, okay, next console in mind. Next console I have in mind is the Nintendo 64. Yeah, this is pretty much every 90s kid's childhood, save for the SNES. But I would mark up the SNES, but I think to me the N64 did a lot better. It had a lot much better advertising, even though it did. Of course, some games people can talk about a lot. When I think about it, the majority of the best games of all time are on there. You got Mario 64, which, I mean, honestly, the games that they think that are the best of all time, I think there are better ones, in my opinion. But you know what? If the world fucking likes a Nintendo game, I'll take it over, like, Call of Duty, which is kind of redundant. I mean, well, Black Ops 2, however, I will say, at least, is a bit different. I like how it has different endings. It has, like, one of those, your choice will affect the game, and I like that. I really like that. So I was right to have my hunch saying Black Ops 2 was going to be different in a very good way. But we're not talking about Black Ops 2. We're talking about N64 now. It introduced a lot of other things. Well, it introduced 3D gaming for one. One of the first ones that did it well. But damn, now I'm losing my train of thought. You got Mario 64, Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, even though that one's one of the most complicated N64 games out there, in my opinion. Good luck beating that game on your own, especially 100%ing it on your own without no help. Good luck. If you can do it, you deserve a fucking medal. I will get you. I will make you a medal, and I will give it to you if you are able to do that. Props to you if you can do that. Pokemon Stadium, which put Pokemon on the big screen, which really looks good. Especially for that time, it still looks pretty good. Even at today's time, it still looks pretty good. What else do they have? Smash Brothers. They introduced the sports. Well, though I think they came beforehand. Like Mario Tennis was on the Virtual Boy, but that sucked. Mario Golf. Well, there was just NES Golf. Now you've got what do you got? Now you got Mario Golf on the N64. Though I really like the Soul Tour. That was my favorite of all. I wish they had a little more, like more maps, but it's alright. Mario Tennis, which that is really fun. I love the game. I like the voice acting, surprisingly. I don't know, I like Luigi's voice and Yoshi's. So happy. Oh, don't forget Yoshi's Story. Donkey Kong 64, which the game with the most collectibles in all of video game history. I think it set a Guinness World Record, at least in terms of gaming, as having the most collectibles in a video game of all. You got bananas for each character, banana coins for each character, golden bananas for each character, and like blueprints for each character. Oh my god, it's crazy. But what was I gonna? What else? There's Conker's Bad Fur Day, Mario Parties 1 through 3. The list goes on. Star Fox 64 also, I think, was one of the first games that introduced the whole Rumble system, which now, after that, very much, I mean, back then it was like, oh my god, you could feel like you're in the game. Now it's like, well, it's just Rumble. I'll have it on. Feels cool. But, that introduced that, and, like, the N64 did initiate a lot of new things. Like I said, 3D gaming, Rumble feature. In some cases, there was a bit of the mic, like with Hey You Pikachu. Though that, honestly, I think they wanted to try to innovate that into Pokemon Channel, which that was a bad sequel. Honestly, they could try and do it again. I mean, the Wii U the Wii U gamepad has a mic built in, so I think it could work if they make another Hey You Pikachu-like game. They could make that work now, and it might work pretty well. It might bring people back into some nostalgic times. So maybe it's worth a shot. Nintendo, you should consider it. I won't lie. Maybe I'll get the game too. But yeah, a lot of the great games that were they're basically being tested out on the N64. And yes, there are some failed ones. I mean, Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time are glitchy when you think about it. You can glitch through the majority of Ocarina of Time. You can glitch through the guy blocking your path to get out of the Kokiri Forest, and you can practically glitch through the Temple of Time. So you can, like, you have to. I mean, yes, I think you have to go to the bottom of the well, but I don't think it matters. You're gonna make it no matter what. You practically could just glitch your way through everything. Through the game and be done. I think one of my friends Delmaru did that. But it's just, I think that's what Miyamoto wished he could do. He wished he could go back in time and like patch up all the glitches in Ocarina of Time, because he thinks that was his best game or something around those lines. I forget. But I honestly think the N64 was basically testing out the waters for 3D gaming, and I think it did it right. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but none of them are, and it's all a learning experience. And then, to me, the best one, which is, this one's going to be hard to really defend, I want to say the best one was the GameCube. The GameCube, hands down, was basically, after they've tested out 3D gaming, they just went so much more different. It was, honestly, I think that one was actually closer to HD than the Wii, I believe. And it also had potential to go 3D, but the 3D add-ons would have costed more than the console itself, so not worth it. I mean, you had some games that are great, but very underrated, and now they're getting a fan base because popular LPers like, I hate to say this, popular LPers like Chugga Conroy, NCS, Josh Jepson, Attacking Toucans are giving the games a chance, which I'm glad for, but I just hate how people now are just liking it, and I've always liked it. No, you didn't. I could have sworn last year you were hating it on the games before then they play it. Basically, it takes popular people to get somebody to get interested in something. Hence why they do it for advertising. Like, it's like, what's her name? Eva Longoria saying for you to vote for Obama. Oh yeah, people here like her, especially because she was born near, like, in the city, in Corpus. So yeah, that might convince a few people, because, like, basically a celebrity's endorsing something, or somebody. In this case, they're endorsing a game, kind of. They're not really, but they're playing the game, but it's kind of, in some people's eyes, like, hey, they like it, maybe that means I should like it too. Maybe I should finally give it an unbiased opinion. A fair not an unbiased opinion, a fair chance. Maybe I should give the game a fair chance. With a wide smile. With liars. Anyway, some great games I feel that are underrated are Luigi's Mansion, Mario Sunshine especially. I fucking love that game, and I swear to God, when I joined YouTube, or even before YouTube, I could always hear people hating on Sunshine. People were always hating on Sunshine, and now it's all love. People fucking do it in the summer, so as for me, I'm gonna do it in spring, because, well, in the summer, everybody and their freaking mother is doing it, so yeah, I want to get it done earlier. But, what else? Wind Waker. I love Wind Waker as well. I honestly would say that would be my favorite Zelda game, but I'm giving it to Twilight Princess because, as much as I hate, I'm not a too big a fan of sailing because it can get it drags itself, especially when 100%ing it. And I don't like Wolf Link either, but Wolf Link at least has a little more going with him than the boat. I love the King of Red Lions. I love him. He's my favorite partner of all the major Zelda games. He's my favorite hands down. But Wolf Link, he's a little bit better. That and either his attacks don't do much at all, or they're freaking insta-kills. That's how it is. It's either too weak or too strong with him, but I don't mind the Wolf Link as much as sailing. Which, speaking of Twilight Princess, that's also on the GameCube, but that one, I guess when you compare it to the Wii version, it's kind of in between. Some people like the Wii version more, and some people like the GameCube version more. I personally prefer the GameCube version more, because that was what it was originally intended on. So, there's that, and I think I already said Pokemon Coliseum and Extra Darkness. Those two are also underrated. Pikmin finally got its really big shine. Or, not Pikmin. Pikmin 1 did. Pikmin 2, some people I think like Pikmin 1 more because of the fact it had a day limit. But, aside from that, honestly, the other games I can mention that are really good, the one I can mention hands down is Resident Evil 4. That game was everybody's reason for a GameCube when it came out. I don't blame them one bit. And it gave them a chance to try out the other games. Resident Evil 4, it can still be argued to be the best Resident Evil of all. I think it's way better than 5 and 6. I haven't played 6 yet. I've seen videos of it, but I can't really make a judgment. But I've played 5 enough to say 4 is better hands down. At least they don't give you ammunition like there's no tomorrow. They don't give you that much. They give you enough, and you just gotta conserve it. I like how it has that conserving mood. And I know in 6 and 5, you don't need to really conserve as much. But when you run out, you're pretty much fucked, yeah. Well, that's how it is with all of them, unless you want to go for a knife-only challenge. Sucks if you're playing, like, Mercenaries and one of your characters doesn't have a knife. Mercenaries also was pioneered into Resident Evil 4, which I'm kind of sad that they didn't use Leon in that one, though they might use him if they make, like, another one. But, really do think the GameCube had a lot of games going well for it. I mean, I remember the first game I got was Star Wars. I think this was a launch title, too. Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2. I really liked that one. I mean, the first one was on the N64, and that, too, was great. And I like the Rogue Squadron and Rebel Strike. Rebel Strike was also good, but I thought they were very difficult as hell. I beat the third game, but there had, like, the game could kind of branch off into 2 different or 3 different paths around that much. There's at least 2 for sure. If you take the one on the left, you'll pretty much follow the majority of the main Star Wars story. But if you take the other one, you follow I think Wedge Antilles' point of view and him doing other missions, and it's pretty nice. It's different. At least you're not always playing as Luke Skywalker. And I like that, but damn, the game is just freaking difficult for a 3D game. It is a pain in the ass. It destroys me literally. It's a pain in the ass. I still like it. It was very difficult, but I always found it very fun. Though the multiplayer could have had more for if it working with it. I mean, if they made another one and they made it online capable, oh my god, the Star Wars community would fucking jizz all over the place. Online, online battles like X-Wings against TIE Fighters or something. Technically, you had that in Battlefront 2, though I think they wanted to make a Battlefront 3, but I believe they canceled it, which I hope that's a lie. Please tell me that's not a lie. I want Battlefront 3. I don't care if you have to, like, keep the same shit. I don't care, man. I want to play it. I want to play it online, because god damn is that game fun. That's why I got the PS2 to begin with. I had Battlefront 2, but it got stolen from me along with a bunch of other games. But damn it, I love Battlefront 2. But aside from that, it's hard to defend the GameCube because, well, it got really insulted, especially when it came to its looks, which I won't lie. Out of all the consoles, I think it kind of did look the ugliest, at least in the purple color. I think it looked good with black or silver. I think silver might have been the best color. But, I think because it was so simple, but it's underestimated. It was a very powerful console, and it was a really good console for its time. It just didn't get all the praise it really deserved. I mean, there's other games that are great, like Metroid Prime. Those games, oh yes, those were great. The great games were great. But I guess they didn't really reach the ears of the gaming community enough to get them to buy it. I mean, now we got Metroid Prime Collection, so if you missed them on the GameCube, you can play them now. But it's alright, I don't mind. I still think the GameCube is the best one, but enough of that. Enough about my opinion. Now let's hear from you. In the comments, I want you guys to tell me what is your favorite console or consoles. I'm talking about, of course, only home consoles, not about the other ones. Notice how I didn't mention none of the next gen, or the current gen. We can't say much about Wii U for one, because it hasn't even been out for a damn year. It hasn't even been out for a week yet, so we can't really judge on that. So I would say you say that, obviously. Not that many people have it to begin with. Xbox, PS3, and Wii, feel free to go for it. I didn't mention Xbox. I think it's great, too. All of the consoles are great in their own retrospect. I will say I want an Xbox. Well, obviously, Persona 4 Arena, Minecraft, and Gears of War trilogy, hell yeah, and Gears of War Judgment. But everybody has their own reasons. Because, well, the majority of the games are pretty much shooters, but there's others. There's a couple RPGs. Like I said, Minecraft, Persona 4 Arena, hell yeah. But just feel free to look around the game and consoles library and see if there's anything you'd like. Anyway, that'll be it. And feel free to tell me about what games you like. Please don't start any console wars as to like, oh, GameCube's better than the Xbox because of reasons. Don't start any arguments. I don't think you guys will, but I'm just saying it for security's sake. But yeah, feel free to tell me what you guys like. If you don't like GameCube or you don't like the PS2, it's understandable. You can't get everybody to like it, but these are what I like. Just respect my opinion. I shall respect yours. Anyway, feel free to tell me, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next YouTube discussion. So, till next video, stay gold.